Hello, welcome everyone. My name is Jess Blake West, and I am a learning experience designer for the DevTech research group. I primarily work with ScratchJr and a lot of different prototypes with ScratchJr, and I'm here to chat. I will be monitoring the session chat. Make sure not to use the event chat. It's the session chat. It's that third option all the way to the right. And then if you'd like to join the stage to come on up with your video on to chat with me, you can click join stage. If you don't want to join the stage, don't click join stage. You're all set and you can see and hear me, and that's all good. So I do see one request to join stage. I just want to double check if you're that person. I want to make sure that you're all set, and I will bring you on. Okay. Oh, okay. No more requests. All right. I'll just hang out to chat. Some of the things that I work on with ScratchJr are bringing ScratchJr off the screen. For those that don't know, ScratchJr is for ages 5 to 7. And it's totally can be used by other ages too, but that's the target age group is the younger children before they're ready for Scratch. And so a lot of research has shown and parent concerns about big screen time for young kids. And so one thing that I'm really interested in is how kids can engage with programming and computational thinking, but off the screen too. And so kind of how we can create a hybrid experience. Hey, Dr. Bailey. Hey, Lauren. Hi, friends. If you have any questions or want to hear any stories from me, let me know. If not, I'll just hang out here. I have some programming blocks behind me right here. Got some ScratchJr coding cards. We do lots with ScratchJr. We're currently running a ScratchJr summer camp for kids in the next room. So if you hear kids' voices in the background, hopefully not, but they're quite loud. We do that. Hey, Jason, how's it going? Oh, nice to see you. So Jason asked that about the new microbit integration with bots, with ScratchJr bots. Yeah, so this is a cool, exciting new project that is still in very early stages. I'm sure in the next Scratch conference, when we get things kind of working a little better, we can definitely present more on that. But yeah, we are looking at right now how we can have kids engage with physical computing and ScratchJr. So what that looks like is that we have a prototype version of ScratchJr, which interfaces with a microbit. So there's two elements to the kids' experience. One is using a microbit with alligator clips, wires, LED lights, a servo motor, etc., to build kind of the insides of a robot that they want to use. And so using microbit as with that. And then on the ScratchJr side, they can use the ScratchJr blocks to control the microbit. So we've kind of gone into the back end of the ScratchJr code and adapted it with the microbit code. And so the two work together. So instead of the rotate right rotating a character, it actually changes and moves the motor on the microbit. And so we've tried this out in two different settings, one with kids of different ages, so older kids helping younger kids, and then also with younger kids. Just recently in our summer camp, we had children around age 2nd grade building the robot themselves. And yeah, it's gone great so far, but there's many bugs, which is why we haven't brought it out for everyone to try out all at once, because we know there's a lot of bugs. We're working on expanding it. It's also going to be kind of integrated with the ScratchJr blocks. So ScratchJr blocks, for those that don't know, are these plastic or cardboard or anything blocks that many people have used and many people have contributed to the idea of these like visual and like tangible tools for kids to use off screen. And then what we've been doing on our end is also finding a way to integrate that with the digital experience. And so using different types of QR and Aruco markers to have the ScratchJr interface actually scan in those blocks and have them both be physical off the screen as well as digital, and creating output on the screen. So like tinkering and animations. So the whole idea for the future is to bring all of that together so that the kids can both program with blocks off screen and then also potentially see that output in the form of a robot as well. Another piece that we do with the robots in the building is they build the insides of the robots and the wiring with microbits, or we've also explored Arduino a bit as well. But then there's all this kind of maker literacy and maker education that comes in for actually building what they want their robot to really look like. So that's using cardboard or foam or egg cartons, really any recycled materials that we can get our hands on. And then the kids build up that external part of the robot so it can be any character they use. And we've been integrating this in with our coding as another language curriculum that takes ScratchJr or Kibo or all these different types of technologies that we've worked with and looks at how we can teach programming as another language. So coding is the new literacy of the 21st century, and why not introduce it in the same way that we teach reading and writing? So it's a way for kids to express themselves, communicate, and storytell. And so taking that storytelling into this, all of the projects that we've worked on so far with this new project with robots and blocks is how kids can tell stories with that. So we've done each kid will build a microbit robot that has that is one character of a story. And so by the end, all of the different robots come together. Each kid has ScratchJr to control their robot, but they create what kind of feels like a play or a movie of that story. And so each character will act, and the kids are all working together and communicating. I see another chat saying Microbit champion, do a lot with Microbit. Yeah, I agree. I think physical computing is a really important skill that has really been like kept away from the youngest kids because it's so kind of like spaghetti wires and everything like that. And what we're finding is that kids really can do it. It's just the way that we structure the instructions or partner them up. I mentioned briefly, we've been doing some work with older kids helping with the building of the robot, and then younger kids coming in more for like the structural design piece. I called them the design leads for it. So we've done a little bit of cross-grade collaboration, but we're also really finding that the young kids can do it. It just depends on the technology. And kudos to Microbit for being such a wonderful technology that we've been able to work with. Yeah, I definitely have photos and videos. Unfortunately, they're mostly all of kids, so I can't share them here. But definitely in the future, we'll get some photo releases, and we'll also try to see if we have any photos of just the robots on their own. I think it's correct. Scaffolding grade 1 and 2 could do this. Yeah, I think so. We've had the most success with grades 1 and 2, and not much kindergarten, the age right before that. So age 5 and 6, we found is a little too young to do it on their own. But children ages 7, even older 6-year-olds, 7 and 8, really were okay with it. That being said, all kids are different for sure. But across the board, we saw a lot of success with kids as young as 7 years old. And this is, again, I want to say this is still in the baby stages of our project. Yeah, definitely. I'll see about sharing projects. I think on the DevTech website, I can put that in the chat. sites.edu/devtech. On that site, you can poke around and you'll find we have a prototypes page, and we should, if we don't have photos up already, because I think we're still waiting, but photos will be coming, videos will be coming, and just explanations. We are definitely looking for people to test. Yes, absolutely. So I'm going to put our email in the chat as well. So if you are willing to work with some technology that doesn't always work, we would be happily take anyone willing to help us. Age 7 was, oh yeah. So I think age 8 was the most successful for sure, but age 7, absolutely. We saw, so 7 and 8. But below that, I don't think we should rule it out at all. It's just a matter of tweaking the instructions. I mean, one thing we're learning, writing instructions for kids that can't read yet is a real challenge. And so we've been, getting creative with all sorts of animations and videos and pictures to help the kids kind of see different parts of the microbit. Awesome. Yeah, I've got, so email in the chat if you're interested in hearing more about this project. We'd absolutely love to explore ideas with you all. And great. Wonderful. Just curious about your research. Oh, my research specifically is looking at how we can bring ScratchJr off the screen in different ways. And so that's what kind of led into the discussion of these two different projects. There's one where I'm looking at bringing the syntax and the blocks off the screen and how that can then be integrated back into ScratchJr so that kids can have a physical experience of blocks, but then also get that digital output, because, you don't want to throw out everything about the digital experience. It's still a really wonderful platform and really important to take advantage of, but trying to see how we can kind of bring some pieces of that experience of programming off the screen. There's a lot of benefits to that I'm trying to research right now, mostly about collaboration and sharing with each other. My first study, I've got about 2 minutes left, so I'll finish with my first study of trying with the blocks and hoping for a lot of collaboration between the kids. I really actually found that the kids had a really hard time sharing the blocks, because when they have their own iPads or their own tablets, they have all the blocks in the world, they can use them themselves. And we found a lot of conflict in the classroom when kids had to share their blocks and that there weren't infinite blocks. But that didn't feel good in the moment, but I think it was a huge learning opportunity for us. And there's ways that we can scaffold it to really have it be a learning experience about how to collaborate and about how to share. Because at the end of the day, that's really the learning goals that we want to promote through all of this technology. Definitely. Yeah, great. So wonderful. Thank you all for joining. We've still got 2 minutes, so if there's any other questions, please, by all means, send them in the chat, or we can just hang out. I can see if I have any other blocks. So I mentioned a little bit with the robot piece of it. So bots, there's a lot of maker ethos there. We're building up the bots. We're doing physical computing. We're also doing building. But with the blocks as well, we've been exploring a lot of maker opportunities. The kids can make these blocks out of cardboard, out of clay, but we also can 3D print them and laser cut them. And we have open source designs for that you can reach out about. So depending on the tools available to the kids can work on creating their own blocks to work with. And then the challenge comes with using the stickers, and we explain it as another language that you have to add, because ScratchJr understands the blocks, we understand our words, but when we use the camera needs another language entirely. And so that's a cool kind of translation piece. And last question, it wouldn't be a ScratchJr session if we didn't have this question. Will there be a web version of ScratchJr? It's in progress, but honestly, I think that there's a lot of difficulty allocating resources right now. And so I think the web version is on pause for a bit, but definitely, still in the works. We still understand that need. Everyone is hoping for it. I totally understand that it's needed, but I think it's definitely, there's a lot to focus on and a lot to improve. So I think not yet. That's my answer. Wonderful. Yes, and absolutely, open source, reach out to us and we'd be happy to share and chat and help us with our research. So thank you, everyone. It looks like it's about the time to close. So I really appreciate everyone joining. Enjoy the rest of the conference. Go ScratchJr, and see you all next year. All right. See you guys.